Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bri, and this is going to be the weekly reading for Rising Community for March 6th through March 13th. So this was intended to be a live video, but Mercury retrograde is already kicking in and totally made that not happen. So I apologize for that. I intended to go live, but it just didn't work out this time. But normally what happens in Rising Community is every Wednesday with my premium members, I go live and give them an opportunity to ask questions or have cards pulled on camera. So I have 4 more spots available. So if you love my live readings and you want to be able to talk to me every week via live reading and have a card pulled, then you're definitely going to want to check that out. But I cannot believe that happened. I'm so sorry. So this is going to be the Rising Community weekly reading. I'm putting it on YouTube as well as Rising Community because I want to give everyone an opportunity to see what goes on in Rising Community. So if you go over there now, you're going to see that a lot of the videos are available for you to see. All you have to do is have a Patreon account. And a lot of you may be wondering why I'm doing videos over there, why, the monthly videos aren't on the channel. And that is because I am rising, okay? My life is changing, I'm changing, and my content and my channel is going to accurately reflect what is going on with me. So I still love to do tarot and I love helping people. So instead of doing that publicly here on YouTube, I really want to focus in on the people who really love my content, the people who really get help from me, and I want to help those people. So if you are someone who loves my content, you love my channel, you look forward to my readings, then you definitely want to check out Rising Community because that's where I'm going to be. All right, I have a lot of new content already planned for you guys, and that's what this channel is going to be. But you're not losing out on tarot. It's not disappearing. It's just going to be on another platform. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Before we talk, I want to talk about what is going on astrologically right now, because first of all, Mercury retrograde, welcome. It's going to be here through this month. That is the first change that has happened. Today is the new moon in Pisces. We have Chiron in Aries and Uranus in Taurus. So there's been so many shifts and so many changes. And the biggest message that I want you guys to understand is that your old life is over. Okay, your old life is over. And the way that is happening is that you have to face your demons. You have to face your fears. Otherwise, you're going to go through the same exact cycles, over and over and over again. All right, so you have to, with this new moon, you have to say, okay, this is the way I want my life to go for the next 7 years, okay? And you have to really, really think about what you want and how you want things to work out and what you want things to look like and start changing things to look like that. But you can't let your fears and you can't let your past hold you back. You have to just move beyond all of that. So that's the biggest message that I wanted to give you guys. If you want to know more about like how these planets are affecting you personally, you're going to want to get with an astrologer. You're going to want to look at your natal chart. You're going to want to see where these transits and changes are happening. I highly recommend Astrolata. She is wonderful, and I also recommend Wonder Girl Astrology. She's also another wonderful astrologer here on YouTube. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started with the weekly reading. We are going to start with the love reading. And again, if you like my readings, they're going to be over in Rising Community, okay? So they're not going away. They're just changing platform. So let's see what is going on in love this week. All right, guys. So overall energy for the week, we have the Emperor. Awesome. How you're thinking, we have the Seven of Coins. How you are feeling, we have the Fool. How you feel about the connection, we have the Three of Swords. And the challenge for you is going to be the Four of Coins. Now, for them, their overall energy for the week, we have the King of Cups. How they're thinking about you, we have the Nine of Cups. How they feel about you, we have the Judgment card. How they feel about the connection, we have the Lovers card. And the challenge for them is going to be the Four of Wands, okay? Bottom of the deck, we've got the Death card here. So, I mean, truly and honestly, you guys, a huge cycle is ending here. Huge, huge, huge cycle in this connection, okay? It's like everything that's gone on in the past here from today and before, okay? That is a whole different cycle. That is a whole new life. And hopefully by now you've learned the lessons, you know why things happened, you've been able to identify, you know, the things that you need to take responsibility on, the things that you need to work on moving forward, the ways in which you need to change your life, and vice versa. Hopefully they have as well. For some of you, you know, you and this person are like, you're like separating from them, you're moving beyond them. Some of you guys are growing closer together. It really just depends on where you are and what's going on specifically in your connection. But an overall theme is that things are ending right now so that they can be reborn. Okay, so some of you, you're having to let go of this person so that way you can both work on yourselves and come back together stronger. For some of you, you're like identified this person is not for you, you're not for them, and you have to let it go so that you can have a new love connection come into your life, okay? So everyone's going to be living a different life from this point, okay? You're definitely going to see that with me as well. Very, very different life, because depending on where you want your life to go in the next 7 years, you have to start getting ready to make those changes. And as my channel goes on, you guys are going to really see the changes that are going to come about in my life and the changes that I need to make in order to set my life up, okay? So everyone's going through that right now. Now, for you, your overall energy, if you're resonating with this, is the Emperor. So you're very, very, very confident about where you're at right now. You're very, very stable. You're in a good position. The last cycle, you've done the work. You've really figured out what your problems are, what your demons are, what you want. And moving forward into the cycle, you're going into it with a solid foundation. You have strong footing right now. You can do whatever you want. You know everything is possible. You know that you create the life you want. And you're feeling really good. Okay, but you have Seven of Coins here and how you're thinking, you know, you have to kind of look at everything you've got going on and kind of figure out what's coming with me into this next cycle. What am I bringing forward? What can I leave behind? What's holding me back? What do I want to cultivate? What do I want to do? What's going to help me get to my ultimate goal? Okay, I love the saying, your new life is going to cost you your old one. So if there's something in your life right now that isn't working, that you don't want, you have to give it up. You have to surrender it. You have to let it go in order to get the life that you want. So with that being said, when you have made that analysis, when you've made that choice and you've made that realization, you weighed out the risks and the pros and the cons, and you've done all that and you know where you're going, you're just going to go. You're just going to go. And I apologize that I keep sniffling just right before I started filming this. I got like a sniffle attack. But you're just going to go. You're just going to have to do it. There's something that you probably feel so pulled to do, you feel such a calling to, you have such a nudge for, and it's just time for you to just jump and do it. Just jump and do it. Okay? Now, that's where you're at. Now, for you, for this person, their overall energy this week, we have the King of Cups. So I feel like this person has been through a situation or a scenario that has really matured them emotionally. This may have been someone who used to be very immature emotionally, someone who could not handle emotional situations, someone who did not know, couldn't handle a lot of stuff going on emotionally, or had a lot of like repressed emotions, or just didn't act from their emotions. And I feel like what this person is bringing into this new cycle is this new ability to not just look at a situation logically, but also understand how it affects people on an emotional level. Like not just making decisions like, oh, this is what makes sense. Actually caring about the people who that decision affects. Realizing that there's another side to communication. It's not just about being the smartest. It's not just about being the most logical. It's about how do I make people feel? And that's what this person has learned. That's what they're bringing into this cycle. So you both feel very strong on different aspects of your life. For you, I feel like you feel very strong when it comes to like your career and your work and your finances and that realm of your life. And I feel like this person is starting to feel more mature when it comes to their emotions. Like the way that they feel emotionally, they're not, I feel like they're not pushing their emotions away. Instead, they want to like understand them and work through them. And I think that makes them very happy because I feel like they maybe weren't always that type of person in the past. And now they have a different understanding. They have a different perspective. And it makes them very happy to have that new perspective. And I think that for them, like now, if they were someone who was like lukewarm, if they were on the fence, there's someone now who is more definitive, especially about this connection. They're definitely way more like, okay, I know what this is. I know how I feel about this. I know what I want this to be on an emotional level. Okay. So that's the thing is like, they maybe know this emotionally, but they may not have the physical, tangible things to back it up. All right. How they feel about the connection, we have the Lovers. Okay. They have the Lovers. Like they really, really, they feel the connection so strongly and they understand it and they see the value and they see how it's changed them and they see how it's made them a better person and they just understand it and they see it more. And for you, you have the Three of Swords. So very, very different points of view, but that definitely serves a big purpose, okay? And the reason for that is intentional. Because whereas before, maybe you were like really, you really understood the spiritual side of the connection, and this person maybe didn't at that time, it's great that now they see it, but there's so much that's happened in between. There's so much that's happened in between. And you may be having a hard time wrapping your head around and wrapping your heart around what's going on right now because of the pain and the triggers that you have endured. But I think also at the same time, there's an understanding that all of that was so necessary. And that's why this new phase, this new cycle is so big and so monumental, because it really is a a time where you can just really leave everything in the past and you can really move forward with the plan that you guys have now. You can move forward more realistically. You can move forward with more security, with more purpose. So it's a very, very, very different, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. It's a very, very different like way of moving on. Okay. Now, the challenge for this person is the Four of Wands. So the challenge for them is really taking these feelings that they have and merging that with everything else that's going on successfully. Okay. I feel like this person, they want to come together. Like they want to have connection. Like they want to have partnership and union and marriage and things like that. They want all of that. They want to just enjoy the connection now that they understand it. But now they have to figure out how to get to that, how to bridge the gap between that and how to bridge the gap basically between where they are right now and where they want to be. So that's like their new task, their new thing that they have to do. And for you, you have the Four of Coins, okay? So like I talked about here, it's like you could have been like for a period of time, you know, really, really, really like wanting this and hoping for it and trying for it. And like, it's like you probably burnt yourself out with that. And now it's like this person wants to come back and they want all this and they're in such a good mood now. And they like are so all about the connection and want everything. And it's like, it may be harder for you to be there because of everything that you've gone through. Okay. But that is something that you're going to work out throughout Mercury retrograde. So the Mercury retrograde period is where definitely a lot of reconciliation come back. People come back together. Things can get worked out, talked about. Details can kind of like be like reworked and reorganized to where you can get back on track. When Mercury goes direct, you're like back on track. So that's the thing. There's going to be a lot of like negotiating and talking and figuring things out during this time, which is really, 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 which can be really, really good. And I think it's going to help you to really close the past off and to really accurately move forward. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's pull the action and the outcome here. All right, so the action set for you is the Magician, and the outcome for you, we have the Six of Swords. Beautiful. I love it. The action for them, we have the Temperance card. Awesome. And the outcome for them, we have the Chariot. I like that too. So bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Coins. So I feel like I was talking about here with the Four of Wands, I feel like, you know, for you, it's like you have, I feel like you're really working on creating more like stability and creating more structure within your life. And also at the same time, it's like things with this person, they may have been like on the back burner. Okay, they may have been on the back burner for a long time, or maybe you've been kind of like investing less. And that's why this person's challenge is, how do I like bring that back? How do I bring this excitement back, right? They're the Four of Wands, you're the Four of Coins. for you, like, I feel like you're not taking the weight of that. You're not taking the burden of that. Like, you know what you need to do for yourself, okay? And I feel like a big shift that's happening is letting this person take the lead, letting them be the provider, letting them show you the way. But in the meanwhile, manifesting things for your own life, manifesting the things that you want to do for yourself. Because listen, a lot of you guys are in some really, really hairy situations, okay? You are. Your people are in very, very, very difficult situations. They're in marriages. They're, you know, they're here, there, everywhere. There's all this stuff going on, and there's not really a clear shot to you. And, you know, people always want to know, when are they going to come back? What's the time frame? And it's like, it could be weeks. It could be years. And in that time frame, you have to manifest your dream life. You have to manifest what you want for yourself. And when you're doing that, when you're focused on yourself, when you're creating your own resources and creating your own opportunities and building your dream life, in that process, in that span of time, you're so focused on that, you like don't even care what that other person's doing. It's like, whatever, like, do you, you know, do you. And in the meanwhile, you've built an asset for yourself. You've built security for yourself. You've built something for yourself. And now in the cycle, it's like, now you're able to kind of move into a new phase of life, a new chapter of life. You're able to move beyond any like drama or difficulties or a hard time. You can kind of just like leave that behind and just move into like a new phase here. And that's really what's happening is you're leaving the past and moving into a new phase that you're excited about. And that's super exciting. Okay, that is super exciting. For them, they have the Temperance card, which is beautiful. So as much as like they may be coming back around and they want all this stuff and they want to do these things and they want to move forward, which we have the Chariot here and their outcome, like there's still a lot of healing this person needs to do, okay? And that's what you guys have to understand is that just because someone's coming forward, just because they're telling you this, that, or the other thing, doesn't mean they're actually ready for it. Doesn't mean that they are mentally there, emotionally there, spiritually there. It could just be words. It could be talk. Yes, there could be stuff going on, but until they can really show you something and give it to you and it's tangible and it's acceptable to you and it meets your standards and your worth, they have to keep working, right? Like you have to let this person work for you, chase you until it's to your standard. You don't just have to accept the level where someone is at, okay? Like if they're not where you want them to be, send them on their way, you know, send them back to the drawing board to do more work and then let them come back, okay? And if they want to come back, they come back. And if they don't, they don't. But remember, in the meanwhile, you're building for you, so it doesn't really matter. But they're definitely going to be doing a lot of healing, a lot of necessary healing that they probably needed to do for years, but they're just now doing, okay? With the Chariot here, they feel so motivated to make changes, to move, to take action, that, yeah, it's seriously incredible. Like it really, really, really is incredible how things have just totally turned around for this person, how they have so much more balance in their life. And I feel like a lot of the balance that was missing was this emotional piece for them. And now that that's in order, they're just moving forward with more balance, with much more balance. So let's go ahead and let's pull some oracle messages here. What's the most important card for the connection? chemistry. Awesome. Okay, so what's the most important message for the person watching this video right now? Okay. We have retreat. And the most important message for them. Romantic feelings. Okay, so let's talk about that. Bottom of the deck, look. Reconciliation. Reconciliation. Okay. If they haven't already come back, if you haven't already reconciled, it's very likely going to be happening either this week or this month. Okay. And the reconciliation doesn't mean that, okay, we're back together, we're going to move forward, we're going to be doing this. Reconciliation is just saying we're on the same page again. Like, we're on the same page. We're not at odds anymore. For some of you, that may lead to a relationship. But again, you have to really think, like, is this person where I need them to be? Am I where I want to be? Okay. The card that comes out between both of you is chemistry, okay? There is a high level of chemistry. There's a high level of attraction here. It is super, super, super magnetic, okay? So there's no doubt about that. It's felt on both sides. You feel each other. You know what's going on with each other. You just do. Okay, you feel it, other people feel it, they know. It's just, yeah. Okay? Now, the message that comes out for you is retreat. So it is time for you to disconnect from the world. And I resonate with this so strongly. So strongly. That's why I'm like stepping back. I'm doing other things. I'm focusing more on mentoring people and mentoring my private clients and things like that, and my Rising community clients, because I really feel this. I feel like it's time to like step back, and you may need to step back in some area within your life too. Something that you've been putting a lot of effort in, it's time for you to just fall back and focus on yourself and focus on this new beginning here and spend time like figuring out like your own stuff. Okay, and moving beyond everything that you've been involved in. The cycle is done. Like Uranus going into Taurus, brand new 7-year cycle. Aries going in, or sorry, Chiron going into Aries, brand new cycle. Okay? If you don't know where those transits are hitting you personally, like really find out, because it'll tell you exactly what areas of life are going to be changing for you. So that's the message for you, okay? All right, now for them, the message that comes out for them is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and that's what's going on with this person. They're like experiencing these new feelings, okay? And I think sometimes they wonder, are these feelings real? And it's like, yeah, they are. They are. Your feelings are real. Their feelings are real. Their feelings are valid. Their feelings are, they matter. All right, so that is what is going on in love. So it's going to be a really big week. You have to make changes. From this point on, you can't just sit back and watch videos and do nothing and expect everything to change. This is the point in time where you have to start really taking action. You gotta take a leap here. If there's something that you've been like staggering on and not doing, like this is the time to like really do it. Okay? This is the time to do it. If you need help doing it, and if you're not already in Rising Community, get connected. Get connected. If you're not working with me, get connected to me somehow, okay? Like, this is the time. Like, if you need help making a switch, making a change, making a transition, if you want to start your own tarot channel, you know, whatever it is, now is the time to start, like, looking into that and making these jumps. All right? So, we're going to take this challenge here, the 4 of Coins. And we're going to see how that applies into life. So we're going to pick this up and we're going to reset and we're going to do the life reading. Okay, so let's see what's going on in life. What are the most important messages this week in life? Where does everyone need to focus? All right, guys, so overall energy, Ace of Cups. In your head space, Four of Swords. In your heart space, High Priestess. The goal this week, Father of Pentacles. Where to focus is on the Six of Swords, the same card that came out in the outcome. The lesson here, or the challenge here, we have the Empress. The action to take, the Fool, coming out again for the second time. The challenge or the block or what can hold you back is the Father of Cups. And the outcome here, we have the Seven of Cups. It makes total sense with all this like Pisces stuff going on, okay? Bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Cups here, all right? So definitely Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, like relationships are going to be of focus, but this is not just necessarily like a romantic relationship. This also can deal with new friendships, new business partnerships, new connections that you're making on a one-on-one type level, one-on-one type basis. You may be making a new connection that you're really emotionally excited about. That could be like the beginning of something new. And this could be multiple things. It could be with your romantic relationship, yes, but I feel like there also could be an additional relationship there as well. Okay? So there definitely could be new relationships forming right now. For some of you guys, you could be having old people coming back from the past too, maybe to rekindle, respark, reconnect. That's also very focused. Whatever the relationships are, though, they are quite positive. Okay? They really are positive. They really are... They are helpful, they are beneficial, and they're going to make you really happy. Okay? So, in your headspace, we have the Four of Swords. So this week, you're going to want to make sure, especially with the High Priestess here as well, you're going to want to make sure that you're spending a lot of time by yourself. Okay? With this Mercury retrograde action that is going on, you might need time by yourself, and especially with the new moon that's happening in Pisces, like, it's all about, like, isolation and stuff. So, like, you may need time to just be by yourself to process things, to figure things out, to understand things. So, like the card, the message said, you know, retreat. That's going to be really important for you, is to spend time away, detached, to understand things. So that way when all these planets start moving into Aries, like, you can start taking the necessary actions in your life, okay? Where to focus right now is the Father of Pentacles. Focus on your stability, okay? Focus on your stability. What makes you feel stable? What makes you feel secure? That's where you want to focus this week. I'm sorry, the goal, Father of Pentacles. I feel like also it's about creating new long-term sources of stability and abundance. Okay? We have the Six of Swords here and the main focus. So really, it's like really letting go of the past. Everything that happened in the past, it's the past. New beginning. So even if people from your past come forth, it's like, okay, not judging them based upon what's happened in the past. Like, let's see what vibe they're on now. Let's see where they're coming at now. What are they bringing to the table now? And maybe they're bringing the same type of energy to the table. That's fine, okay? But really just like moving beyond everything, like really, really, truly, and honestly, moving beyond the old. We have the Empress card here in the lesson, and that's really what you're learning this week, is how to be more Empress-like, more Queen-like, more Goddess-like, okay? And if you are in Rising Community, my Feminine Energy webinar is in the members area, okay? So you can search for that or look for that, scroll down and find that if you want more information on feminine energy. But this is a week to really embody that. And, you know, for me personally, it's like I'm having to learn more about like patience and allowing and flow. And it's like showing up. It's like actually coming up. So I already see how it's coming into play. Okay. And you're going to start to learn, especially for someone who like does carry the feminine energy, like you're really going to start to learn, okay, like how this works very practically this week. I feel you're going to be able to take that information and very practically use it. The action to take is the Fool. So this is, like I said, again, it's a week for you to really move forward into new beginnings. Like if there's something new that you've wanted to do for a long time, it is time to do it. You are no longer bound by that old energy. The only thing that's going to hold you back at this point is you. You're going to be the only limit, the only thing that holds you back from accomplishing anything. Now, a challenge, a block you can face, something that you might come in contact with, is the Father of Cups. This is the King of Cups in the last spread that we saw. Now, as much as it could be great that, you know, maybe things with this person are working out, they're coming back around, everything's going fine, or, you know, they come back, you reconcile, whatever, don't get distracted by that. Whew, excuse me. Okay? Don't get distracted by that. Keep going on what it is that you want to do. The reason that this energy is coming back, the reason that they are coming forward towards you, if this message is resonating with you, because of how much you've changed. It's because you've got your focus in the right place now. It's because how stable you are. That is very attractive to this person. Okay, and they know that in this new cycle, you're going to just fly forward. And they want to be a part of that. So don't let them hold you back from achieving that. Okay, don't get distracted. Don't revert back to your old ways. Take all the lessons that you've learned and use them. Okay, so that person could be a distraction. They could be a hindrance. They could be a block. Especially if they're not where you're at. So that's something to be aware of, okay? If it's not that, it's that don't let your emotions run the show. Use your emotions to help guide you, but don't let your emotions indicate what you do. Now, the outcome of this week is the Seven of Cups. And, you know, I just feel like this is just kind of the energy of March. Whenever it's Mercury retrograde, I feel like things are, you know, they're just not as, like, concrete or as solid, especially being in Pisces. It's like, everything is a little bit up in the air, and there's so many choices and ways things can go. So just don't try to have everything all figured out this month. You're not going to know the exact plan. You're not going to know exactly how things are going to work out, and that's fine. You just have to do what feels right. What feels good. What feels like that's the way it needs to go. In combination with using your intuition. You have to let your intuition guide you this month. You have to be led this month. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull some messages from the universe has your back deck. One, two, and three. So the first message is, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Okay, so really, really beautiful message. I feel like this week there is going to be emotional stuff that comes up. Okay, and what I find is when things like this come up, if you just kind of let yourself sit in that energy for a little bit, you move past it. If you're like afraid to face a certain energy, you just prevent yourself from moving through it. So don't hold yourself back from experiencing things emotionally, even if they may hurt, even if they are fearful, even if they're scary, even if you don't know what's going to happen. You don't have to hold yourself in like this like emotional girdle, okay? Like you can just let your emotions happen. Next is, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. You know, so really think about what, especially today being the new moon, really think about what do I want my life to look like for the next 7 years? Write it out. Write it on a vision board. Write it on your whiteboard. Write it on in affirmation format. You know, do whatever you need to do, but you have to really realize that your thoughts and your actions and things you say, those are all shaping what goes on with you. Okay? All shaping that. And this is a time this week where you really have to start pinning down, like, what do I want? And that's where you need to be focusing your energy. Final card is, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So with this, knowing that your energy creates your reality, you want to always stay in a state of love. And if you ever feel yourself getting away from love, or it feels so far away, then you have to come back to this place here. This place of stillness, this place of peace. Even if things are crazy and chaotic, you still have to stay on board and stay in alignment with love. Okay? All right, so that is the reading for the week. Again, sorry about the fact that the whole live stream thing didn't work. Hopefully it works some point throughout Mercury retrograde. Maybe that's something we'll have to explore and see what happens. I'll have to figure out what went on with that and why that all didn't work out. But maybe it'll take all the way through Mercury retrograde to figure it out. So I will let you guys know definitely, and see if we can do that some other way, or maybe through some other platform. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you have found some good info here, and I will talk to you guys all very soon. Bye.